Happy morning, guys. So far, we understood that various possibility to create the mesh like this. So we're using some tools and we are creating this. After this, we need to create the texturing. Yes. So in a production department, after creating the model, they are going to make the model into a texture. In the modeling, there's a two type, isn't it? Organic model and then set model. So this one is a set model. If it is an organic model, after the organic model, they have to UV unwrap, then they split into a two part. One is for texturing, another one is for rigging. So this is a production pipeline. We have to set according to the needs. I'll show you a few production pipeline over here. Pre-production, idea, story, storyboard, animatics, and design. So this is the pre-production that you did for a semester one. And now we are doing the layout, R&D, research and development, modeling. After the modeling, we need a texture. In the texturing part, UV unwrapping is a major thing. UV unwrapping, then material library, material, how to use the material, then a rigging, animation, effects. After that, we can create the light and render. Finally, after we are creating the render, we have to composite the render because we are not going to take a render as a one particular layer. In Maya, we take the render into a multiple layers, then we have to compose it by using the Nuke or After Effects, something like that. Then we create the motion graphics, then grading. Grading is called a color correction, final output. So what we are seeing, the movie, the final result, those colors are created by those color grading techniques. Okay, we'll see that later. But now we are going to jump from this part to this part, especially for the animation purpose. Once you have to do the low poly, then low poly have to make it as a high poly because you need to extract the normal map. Leave this. Now we have to unwrap the UV, we have to texture it, then we have to import to the game engine. We are not talking about the character model because character modeling, rigging, animation, we have to import it. So now we are concentrating on this level. So after finishing the mesh, of course, we need to UV unwrap then texture. So this is the part we are going to concentrate. Now, to understand the UV unwrapping, first we'll understand what is material is. Select the object in a rendering, it creates some materials, isn't it? So there are five materials are there: Lambert, blend, foam, fungi, anisotropy. So that's what over here. Lambert has no specular. These materials are based on a specular. To edit the materials, we can go to the material editor. You can see a round material shape over here next to the rendering tab. Rendering settings is one, and next to that you can see that. Just click on it, it will open the material editor. In a material editor, we can work on the materials on the right side and we can create the materials from here to here. We'll see in a briefly. So whatever the material we are using from here, suppose if I click the blend, it will come here and it will add to the material nodes. So it is like a inventory, whatever we are creating, that it will save on the inventory. And this one over here, we can work on the node base. In this particular, we are going to use the nodes. Suppose if I need a color, so I can drag the color to something else. We can see everything as a node. So an example, if I need a texture of a checker, I got the checker here. Okay, I got a checker. From the checker, I need to connect to from the color, drag to enable with the color. Okay. By default, I select everything. Assign material, just right click and hold. You can see assign material. We assign the material. Here, when you see this, the checker is not assigned properly. Only the plane looks good. Other than that, you can see it's not good, isn't it? So once you apply the checker, you can understand how the UV works. The UV is very bad here. UV is very bad. So we need to understand the UV first. So how to see the UV? You can see the tab, modeling tab. Excuse me, guys. Over here, menu, separate menu is called UV. There's a lots of menus are there inside, but I like to click on the UV editor where you can edit the UV. Click it. So I need to select the object, select the plane. You can see the UV here. You can see the UV here. Suppose I don't want to see the background, it means the checker. You can click the texture over here on and off, because according to the textures, we can move the UV. So whatever the object you're selecting, it will show the UV, how bad UV it is. You can see this one. Sometimes it goes bigger, sometimes smaller, but we need to understand the UV should be in a 0 to 1 space. A 0 to 1 space, we have to arrange all the UV. So we are going to do the UV first. To do the UV, first I'll start with a basic box. F for focus, a basic box. Okay, it's very simple. UV is very simple. I'll just decrease the size of this UV editor. Okay. Now, in the UV, you can see a projectional maps. Here, you can go for a cylindrical map, planar map, spherical map, or automatic map based on the plane, based on a camera, normal based. So basically the shape of the mesh is the matter. Now this box, we can go for a planar map. Suppose if you're unwrapping the hand, it looks like a cylinder, isn't it? Legs, cylindrical map. Body, cylindrical map. Head, spherical map. So according to the shape, fingers, spherical map. Okay, carom board, planar map. Box, planar map. According to the shape, we can justify the projection, which projection you need. Okay, just click the planar map. You can see the planar map is falling on particular side. But in a planar map, we can define which axis you need a planar map. In the option box, you can see again UV, planar map, option box. Here, it will ask you which axis we need to project from, and then keep the height ratio. Switch on this, keep the width and height on. Then you have to select the faces. For example, I'm selecting this face. You can see that this is the which axis it is, y-axis, and bottom is a y-axis. Select this both and project from a y-axis and apply. Now you can see we unwrapped it top and bottom. So move it down. So this two, which axis? Z-axis, apply, project. We unwrapped it. Then this two, which axis? X-axis. So click on the X-axis, project. We get this. So all the axes we separated. Now you can see front and back. Select this, move it. Select this, move it. Select this, move it. So we separated all the sides. Now we need to merge those sides into one particular shell. Now this all the shells. This is a 1 shell, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 6 sides of the plane. Now the projection is done very well. Now we have to attach these things. So select any one of this, any one of this edge. You can see the next edge is automatically selected. Select this one, automatically selected. Before I'm selecting this, we have to switch on the second shell. It shows that colors of the shells. So whatever the color we are seeing, the red, it means it's a opposite side. So we have to flip the red color. So everything should be a blue. A condition of UV is should be a blue color, not the red color. And second one is all the UV should be inside of the 0 to 1 space. What is the 0 to 1 space? Inside of this. And then third condition is we have to decrease less shell as possible. So if it is separate and separate, if I draw a line from here to here, definitely it won't get connect. If it is attached to each other, it will be a one single line. So the continuity will be interesting. If you scratch something, it will continue from here to here. Okay. Now, first we flip this colors. Need to flip this color. I'm just going to the face and selecting this. Or you can go to the UV and select this. Modify, then flip. Select this, modify and flip UV. Then this one, modify and flip UV. In modify, you got lots of options. The one of the interesting option is layout. See, it will become a 0 to 1 space. Modify, first we flip this one. Select everything, modify, layout UV. You can see that everything inside the 0 to 1 space. But only problem is it's not attached. It is not continuity. You can see that. So I'll undo it first. Then select this edge. Automatically the other edge is got selected, isn't it? So shift right click, move and see UV edges. Select this, shift right click, move and see UV edges. Select this, shift right click, move and see UV edges. Now this is the other two sides, but it looks bigger. So we have to scale it. Select this, shift right click, move, shift right click, move and see UV edges. Now select this one, modify layout. It will be in a 0 to 1 space. Okay, we unwrapped at the UV. The first thing, we have to click on the shell with the colors, shades. So if it is a red, we have to change it into a blue. Now, if you select this one, you can see these things are not okay because the unwrap should be exactly the same as the object size. It is not exactly same as the object size. These things definitely will do step by step, but first thing first, we have to unwrap the box. Okay. Now, what else you need to know is we have to cut and attach. So select the edge, any edge, go to the modify. You can see that you can flip it, rotate it, isn't it? And same way, you can cut, you can sew, you can split. Cut UV, you can see the thick line is up here because it's called seam. Select this edge, shift right click, move and see UV. Select this shift right click, cut UV. And the unfold UV is very interesting one. So select this one, shift right click, unfold UV, unfold, just click unfold. See, it is unfolding the UV as a normal box. You can see it is unwrapped, but it is not exactly the same as the mesh. So if it is a rectangle, the UV should be the rectangle. If it is a square, the UV should be a square. How to identify which is right and which is wrong? It's very simple. Okay, I just make this one like this. Okay, first I'm not do. I go to the material editor. Already we have a checker box. Apply the checker box, assign material to selected. Just right click on it. Hold and right click, assign material to selected. It is up here. You can see the box should be a square. If the box is not square, say an example, if I move the UV something like this, see, it is not a good UV because the checker is not square. Which is good UV? A checker should be square always. That is the good UV. Which is bad UV? If it is not square, it is a UV is bad. So if I scale like this, you can see all the sides, checker is square. In case I select this, particularly this one, I go to the UV and select this UV, move it. Okay. Now you see the top, bottom, left, everything is right. The UV is right, but this side, it is bad. So we have to work on the UV. Right click UV, select the UV and move the UV, make it square. So this is the good UV. Okay, you can identify and analyze by using the checker. Checker is interesting and important thing. So finally, you can select everything, go to the modify, then layout. It is a layout. It is not about a bigger size of the square, smaller size of the square. No, the checker should be square. That's it. Now you can see from the top, we said already it looks good, but actually it is bad because the checker, yes, it's not okay. So what we can do is select this one, shift right click, unfold UV. Now go closer. You can see once I unfold, the checkers looks square. Now UV is good, but UV is rotated. I try to do a layout. Let's see. So still it's wrong. So use the rotation tool. Try to make it straight. Yeah, we have other ways to do that, but I'm just reducing the information for the beginning class. Yes, of course, we can do the straighten UV. Yes, we can do that, but I'm decreasing the information. Next class, we'll see more about it. Okay, can we do that again? I'll go for a box. Increasing this box as like this. Now I need to unwrap it. First thing first, select everything. So the method one, which we discussed before, select the face and project it the planar map. Yeah. Now unfold. In unfold, you can see modify unfold option box. In this unfold, we have two unfolds are there. One is unfold 3D, another one is for legacy. I just click the legacy one, then you can unfold it vertically, horizontally. I just click none and apply. Now you can see this one and this, just exactly like a box. Then click on the vertical and apply, and click on the horizontal and apply. So you can unwrap it vertically and horizontally. Unfold by default. Now we need to snap it, align and snap. Select this UV, one side, all this side UV. I have to start to the left. All this thing, now to start to the left. Because this one we need to, suppose if we click on the right, what happened? It will all align according to this, according to the last right side of this UV. So which is easy. So this one, I think this one is easy for you, isn't it? But try to practice both the thing. Go for a material editor. Material editor. Select this. You need to check whether the UV is right or wrong. Apply this. I try to scale this one. Then you'll get the small checkers. Then you can see all the sides. It is square. So the UV is correct. So this is how you have to identify whether UV is right or wrong. So finally, you can go for a modify layout UV. So UV is very simple. First, you try this method, because this method you have to project on the each side, then flip it, then select the edge, then move on sieve UV, then layout UV. Then this method, select this, unfold, option box, legacy, and apply. Here it is straight, that's why we need it as a straight. So we need exactly looks like the object which we select. Then we have to apply the checker. Then we can understand whether the UV is correct or not. Any questions? Please text me. Okay, guys, I hope you understand the basics of UV. Next class, we'll go for a complex UV. Okay, guys, that's it today's section. Have a good day.